What's up, everybody? We're back again after another week off. I don't even remember why. I think we both just didn't shoot anything, right?
Yeah. I think it was just a slow overall shoot.
Yeah, it was just like a slow week, and yeah, we didn't feel like it. All right, so deal with it, people. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm actually like excited to be back again doing this with you, and I'm excited for even like next week.
Too.
We already got like next week's show lined up, which is good. So, yeah, I think we've got this is going to be a big show. We had a topic planned for this one, and then Brad and I had so much stuff to show. We were kind of like, yeah, it's going to be like, it would be probably a 2-hour episode if we tried to jam it all in.
Long.
So we'll do the topic next week, which we can tease right now, which will be all about Brad's float pad that he uses. You may have heard him talk about that. And then I'll talk about a floating hide I made and my transition from that into underwater housing. So we're going to be talking all about photographing birds in and around water and the different methods that the two of us have used to make it easier and just better and more possible in ways, you know?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I think that's going to be a really fun topic.
I've had a bunch of I had so many people over the years that I've had, like so many people have been like, write a blog or do something. I just haven't really got around to doing it. So I think it'll be great to show it on here. At least now we can show images more and I can break it down and go over it. So
totally. Yeah. So that'll be good. Yep, but other than that, today's just going to be a catch up. So we had 2 weeks of stuff and we didn't do much in that first week, but then this last week we got to it, man. Yeah,
it was a fun one.
I'm back in Death Valley, dude. Yeah, back here again. I can't escape it.
Nice.
Well, you know what's so
can't
funny?
Escape, right? Yeah. So beautiful.
It was. We left Death Valley and met up with a friend of Emily's at the place that I'm going to talk about here, Valley of Fire, which is in Nevada. So left California, went to Nevada.
Okay.
And then had, as you can see already, just like some amazing stuff there. But before this happened, we kind of were like, what are we going to do after, our time there? We spent a week there. And so I was kind of like, man, I was looking, I was doing? I was editing photos and I was looking at some of the couple of those raven shots I had gotten from Death Valley here. Yeah. And I thought, man, I really didn't try. When I was there, we were just more into the hiking, exploring, and even doing like a lot more of the portrait photography with Emily. And I thought to myself, you know what? I kind of want to go back there and put in a solid effort on it, So we rebooked the campsite back here, our favorite site here, which is where we're at right now. And we're able to get it for like 5 days, I think. And I was like, that'll be perfect. We'll go back there. Then like the next day or 2 days after, all of this happens at Valley of Fire with these sheep, and I just get tons of photos, and now I'm like, whatever, I don't need to go back there. And then funny, dude, we come back to Death Valley, go to the same spot where the ravens were every time. What do you think?
Gone.
No ravens. Didn't see one. I haven't shot a thing here in Death Valley.
Funny how it works, right?
Yeah. And
man, it's so funny.
It really is. I'll talk more about that, I think, on the next episode. But yeah, it's funny.
I think it's a good lesson too, though, is like when you have a moment, like sometimes like I'll be in a moment, I'll be shooting, I'm like, oh, this is so amazing. Like, tomorrow I'll come back or whatever. Like, sometimes I not necessarily cut a session short, but I might be like, okay, I got some good shots. I'll just move on and go do whatever. It's like, it's wildlife. Like you just can't control it. Like there's a good chance it may not be there the next time or something like drastically change. So
totally.
Yeah.
So I went out this morning and did some searching and didn't come up with any real good photos, but it was just still beautiful out, and tomorrow I'm going to do a real big hike, like a 10-mile round trip hike, 2,000-foot elevation gain up on a ridge. So I'll take a camera for that, and I'm just going to start like probably an hour before sunrise and be out there for that. So maybe I'll get lucky there, but if not, it's all good. It is. You're totally right. It is a great lesson to take advantage of it when you have it. But thankfully, I'm also like okay with, I did get some shots that were cool, and it's okay. I know. Wait till you see what I got lined up coming up after that.
Oh really?
Yeah, we just planned it. Yeah.
Cool. Oh nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Total change of habitat. We've had enough of the desert, so it's time to move on. And
that's exciting.
I won't spoil it here yet, but stay tuned, everybody. Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one. Nice.
I think so.
Look
anyway,
to it, man.
if I can find the subjects,
Yeah,
it will
okay,
be
good.
It will be good. Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, dude, let's
Nice.
hear about this, man.
Nice.
You had your Purple Sandpipers
Yeah.
finally.
It's that time of year. Yeah. They so these birds come back every winter, and like there's one place that I generally have really good luck with them. So the flock, as the winter progresses, like it increases, it can get up to like 100, 200. So
Wow.
I think I had around 80 at the time of this outing. So I've shot them previous years. I've ever had like overcast days, or I've gotten really nice sunny, but I've always wanted them in snow. One time, dude, I went out and like didn't expect it, and just a couple snow squalls came through and got a couple of shots out of it. But I'm like, this year going into it, I'm like, I'm focusing on snow. So this particular morning, it was calling for, different snow squalls to kind of come through. It wasn't going to be like a full-on snowy kind of morning. It was just should pass through. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So I'm like, get up that morning, go to leave. Ground's covered in snow. It's actually snowing out. I'm like, perfect. This should be nice. Exactly what I wanted. Yeah. So I take the drive. It's like a 45-minute drive from here. So it's the most like easterly point in North America, out at Cape Spear. So it's a historic, there's a lighthouse out there and everything. So, visiting people go out there, but early mornings, especially if it's snowing and stuff, you can have the whole place to yourself. It's just a gorgeous area. Looks out over the ocean, a lot of coastline and such. So anyways, drive all the way out, take my time. Roads are a bit slick. As soon as I pull in the parking lot, dude, just like we talked about, like with the Raven, all of a sudden, no snow. Not a flake of snow falling. Just overcast. Yeah. And I'm like, overcast light is just not great there. Like the rocks are dark, and I don't know, it just like there's not a lot of light that gets in there. It just,
let's just clarify. It's fine for everybody else but Brad. All right. Everybody else would be totally fine with it. They'd make do. You'd get some great photos, but we got the Brad light standards up here. So
high standards.
Well, listen, man, and I joke, but that's no lie. It's the reason why your photos look the way they do, So, having those standards means something. It's not nothing.
It does, yeah. Well, I guess for me, like it's, I go beyond the subject. It's not just about me getting a picture of the subject. I love playing with light and different things you can do with it and kind of different effects you'll get. So I'm always so focused on that. Probably, obviously, way too focused. But, so I pulled in the parking lot and was sitting there and, I was getting close to like actual sunrise time, probably like 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, like a light switch. It was like everything just cleared up.
Wow.
All of a sudden I could see like over to the horizon. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get light. I'm like, I better start booking it like down. Because once you get down there, like it's such a large coastline. There's multiple places where they can be. I have my general spots that I normally check, but I've been out there and just never ever see them. Like could be depending on the tide area. They're in a totally different spot I can't really access, or I'm just not seeing them. So anyways, I kind of got down to the end, got down to the coastline, started kind of scouting. I was just about to leave the typical area that I see them, and I saw like a little small group fly. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, perfect, I got them. So I saw them go out, fly, they come back. So anyways, I kind of get myself down into position. They flushed a couple times. There was nice big waves this morning, dude. Like it was like, it was like you kind of had to keep an eye on what was kind of happening.
And to clarify, anyways, they flushed because of the waves, not you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, definitely. Like these birds are very, very tolerant of like your approach, and people, they generally don't care at all. Like, I still take my time and kind of like hide myself a little bit as I'm approaching them, but like you can get close. I mean, you can see here from one of the portraits, like with a 500 mil lens, but you can get tight with them. Yeah. So they play chicken. Like if you've never experienced these birds, it's like a cat and mouse game. Like they run down to the water's edge, feed, and then all of a sudden, like they perk up. They know a wave's coming, or the water crashes. They flush back up, run back down again. So it's just this constant up and down. So like this area, just so I can explain for people, and I think I actually have a video there. Maybe we can actually throw that up prior. Is So you get all of these, like, I'll call them like spines. So you see all these different like rock formations over on the right hand side. They're like little like spiky, like it just goes out. So there's like a valley and then like a hill, a valley, then a hill. So where the sandpipers are there in front of me, it's on the downslope part. So when the sun kind of shines in, they're a lot of times in the shadows. Like they're always down in these little pockets. They'll go down to watch. So a lot of times what I focus on is like moments like this when a wave will kind of come in, flush them up, and then they'll generally go higher up onto like these little ridges, and then you grab a couple quick shots before they decide to go back down and feed again. So it's, like I said, it's like this cat and mouse. So anyways, all of a sudden I got some really incredible light that kind of kicked off, and that's exactly the moments I was waiting for.
That's awesome, man.
So what was really cool, dude, so when these guys popped up, so there was a couple up on a ridge in front of me, then there's just like the backside of another rock formation on the other side, and it was just like full of sandpipers. To the eye looking, I was like, oh, I'm like, they're ruining my like dark background that I wanted.
Yeah.
When I focused in on one, I was like, you know what? No, like they're all getting lit.
Oh, this is lit birds?
So those like, that's actually the stomachs of other lit birds on the other side. So if you go not to the type portrait, but the next image, the third one over, you'll actually see like a pulled back version, and that's all other sandpipers.
That's pretty cool,
on
man.
The dark backside of the rock. Yeah, I thought it was. That's why I said again. This is what I love about playing with light, and when it's reflecting off something or it's in the background and it's hitting a certain area, to your eye, looking at the whole scene without looking in the camera, it may look like a distracting element, but with the telephoto lens, like this kind of makes it interesting.
Absolutely.
And then to know, I mean, nobody else would know, but for me, it was just cool to kind of get it like that. So played around with some light and was shooting them. I wasn't getting a crazy amount of opportunities. I did pull off some shots I was super happy with. But then, dude, it was like all of a sudden it was just this big switch without me even like realizing. It was just like big snow squall just hit, and I was like, yes. I'm like, this is so. It went from like this light to this.
That's incredible,
and
dude.
I was
what
so
a morning,
stoked.
man! What a morning! Like it's just everything you want.
It's just wild. Yeah, it was perfect. It was just that like, you know, a few minutes of that golden light, and I'm like, perfect, okay, because then it would have just got strong anyways. And then, you know, it can be very harsh in there with the shadows and stuff like that. But yeah, I got super lucky that this group just continued to stay in that one area that you saw in the video, and you know, I just kind of maneuvered around, got in different areas, and then just one spot they would just kind of come up, sit. And with the darkish background, like just all the snow falling, it was perfect.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed as many kind of shots as I could. You know, I played around with some, even though I had the 500 on for the most part. I did try the 1-4.
Oh, okay.
You know, with the group, it was just so hard to find like a wider shot that would work. Again, like I said, like you're always working on like a down slope, and then they're usually tucked in amongst the rocks. So as soon as you go wide with this shot, like I had the 400 on. So
okay.
I was able to get not necessarily like a wider shot, but just to show a little bit. So what was happening with this scene was as waves were crashing in, the birds would all flush up. A bunch would land like on top of like the ridge, but then a few were like, okay, I don't know where to go. And they would like stick to the side of the rock face.
Oh, that's funny.
And some would like slide off and pitch. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, like to get them actually right on the edge with all the snow kind of covered. Like, it almost looked like, to me, they were like climbing the side of this like big hill or something like that, or a mountain, or I don't know. It just seemed a little bit different to me. So
it's funny. It almost looks like he's sliding in the snow right here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, so that's where he like hit and like grabbed on.
Yeah,
and then
dude, I never would have guessed this was.
It was fun to.
I never would have guessed this was 240 millimeter. I would have thought this was just another 500 millimeter crop. Like, so it just shows how close you were.
Yeah, that's kind of looks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they weren't far at all.
Yeah.
So after the kind of snow would hit, I was trying to play around with a few other things. Like, I love the dark rocks, and that like in the shadowed area, like you're getting some of like that bluish tone that kind of goes with the like warm tones of the bird. So just playing around with some layering. And then at one point, so as they were like, being flushed and pushed into different areas, when I was looking across from one rock ridge to the next, there was this very flat area. So if we just go to the next picture.
Yeah.
There was this one little sliver of a ridge, and the birds would like land in behind that from being flushed, then run up to the backside and then use that ridge to go down then to the water's edge. So I just stayed locked in. I'm like, I just watched. I was just waiting for the one bird to kind of get up on that ridge and just kind of like shoot away, because I don't know, I just like the textures in the background, the minimalisticness of it, with the cooler and then the warm tone, and just playing around. So yeah, it was fun with this guy. Just kind of came out and he sat there just briefly enough before darting down to the water. So
it's so cool, dude. And it almost, with the textures here, at first glance, it looks like a wave behind him almost, right?
Oh, true. Yeah, I never thought about it that way either.
That's the first thing it kind of looked like to me when I saw it. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's trippy. I feel like if it was cropped in like right there, it would totally look like a wave back there, because you can see like the other rock textures. Right. But it like messed with my perspective at first. I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
That's cool.
So that was really cool, man.
Yeah.
And then then we're back around to the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I'm shooting all this, like there's all kinds of other birds kind of going on. Things are like happening. Again, it was like huge waves. Like, it's just, dude, and I'm hoping at some point you do get down during the winter and we can really go there and you can see like how big these waves get. And it's like, it's intimidating hearing just the roar and the crash. So behind where I was shooting, the waves are really crashing into this area, creating like a lot of foam and just chaos and mess.
Yep.
And I kept glancing over and just seeing, sometimes you'll get eiders in that area that kind of come through, or you'll get even long-tailed ducks. And they're usually, most of the ducks there are fairly skittish. They're hunted, this time of year and stuff. So if they see anyone, sometimes like even from the parking lot as you're walking down, like if there's a big raft of them, they go further away. They're having nothing to do with you. Yeah. So anyways, as I glance over, I see this one lone eider, and she's coming in close and closer and closer. I'm like, I might actually be able to get a decent shot of this eider, kind of like looking down a little bit in all the swell. So again, I'm peering over one of these like little rock ridge areas.
Yep.
And I'm waiting, and I'm like, I'm not going to move. She's coming. I'm like, eventually she's going to disappear. I can make my move, jump across to the next, and then peer out over. So I go do that, dude. No duck. So I'm like, okay, she's dove. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm going to wait. All of a sudden, I just see splash, movement, chaos. Everything's flipping, going around. So I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like, oh, shit. At first, I was like, a seal got the eider. So I just start shooting, dude. Like, even my settings were garbage, like 400 set. Like, I was just like, what's going on? Boom, 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 boom. So I don't even realize at first what is happening. So all of a sudden, then as things started to slow down, and like, dude, this was like, seemed like seconds.
This is insane.
Before all of a sudden, the otter just let go of the eider.
It did.
After.
Really?
It did. So I'm like, I don't know if it actually like really was trying to attack the eider, or like, did it have a shell at first and then they try to both go for it, maybe like an oyster or something? I don't know.
That could have been.
I can't figure it, because it's so, as you see, they just had like an epic battle. So they were just like, the eider was like smacking it. He was like going crazy, and then so it ended. The otter swam away. The eider stayed there and just bobbed. And looking at the pictures, the poor eider was worse for wear.
No doubt.
I was there for another like half an hour after this, and it floated off. It never dove again. I don't know. It could have just been like, I was waiting for an eagle, because there's eagles in the area. Yeah, it was wild to like Yeah, I've got tons of pictures of the whole thing. I just didn't want to include like everything. But these are the more like where you could really see
what was
like
happening.
eider, otter. You could actually pick out kind of what was going on.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
when I first saw this, I was like, what? This is nuts.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a great point, though, what you said. I never thought of that. Like, because, those otters definitely do work with the, muscles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so maybe the eider had one and tried to take it. But then also it's kind of like, dude, the otters got insane teeth. They could totally take.
Oh, and they do, yeah.
An
definitely.
eider.
Like
funny, otter eider.
Yeah. I know, right? But
so
it's
it is
true. It's like there's
possible.
otters. There's otters that show up at Kitty Vitty Lake, one of the big lakes that stays kind of, like it has some pockets of water that stays, and like otters will show up there, and they definitely go after the ducks. Like they will take a mallard or whatever and like try to kill it, right? So it's not impossible that was the scenario, but then I also wondered, like I said, because everything was kind of feeding in that area, that maybe they both went, maybe it had something, and it was like the otter was like, I'm getting it, and grabbed the face, and
also
who knows, but
it
was wild.
This is the first time I've never seen river otters in like ocean like that. Like,
so these are this will be a sea otter, right? Wouldn't it?
I don't think so.
Like
you don't have sea otters in the Atlantic coast, right? I think it's still a river otter.
You got me. Really? Maybe. It could be.
Because I think sea otters are the ones that are like the super cute ones, all fluffy. They're only on Pacific Ocean.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's true.
So there's a river otter.
Like in my head, I was just thinking
out in the ocean. Yeah. Like in the crazy waves. Like I've never seen that.
That's true.
I mean, I've seen them like ocean where it's calm.
Yeah, go out. Like,
but damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, and it certainly wasn't calm. Yeah. No. It was wild.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a pretty wild experience.
No doubt. What an outing,
so then after... Oh, yeah. So then as I noticed all this and that kind of calmed down, then I realized that there were actually 3 dove keys. So these are super, super tiny. If nobody's ever seen them in real life, I mean, they're like super tiny little birds. So from the vantage point I was at, I mean, I was still up a good distance, maybe 20 feet or so above water. And I took a few shots kind of looking out at that. And I guess right away, what intrigued me about it was that here was all of this foam. Yeah. And sometimes it was even crazier than this, where it was just like literally whitewash. Like you couldn't see anything else. You couldn't see the blue tealy kind of water. You're just seeing that. But then you were just seeing this black little dot. Yeah. And I was like, there's something to this. There has to be. So I left my vantage point and went back up higher. And there's a little like ledge you can kind of like walk out, and I could look down, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'm like, at first it was giving me this thought of like marble tiling, because it was all these like swirly patterns. And then I was wanting the bird. So again, with dove keys, if you haven't worked with them before, they're super active. They like dive up, maybe 2-3 seconds, dive back down, up again, dive back down. Oh, it's crazy how much. And then sometimes they'll stop for a little bit, but then they're back at it again. Gotcha. So it's like, here you are looking down. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is. As soon as you go to get folks, no, down again and be done. I'm like, oh, yeah. So anyway, so the idea of the shot was the chaos, just everything, all the kind of swirl and whitewash, and then hope that the bird, even though super tiny, again, this is not an Instagram image, but it's more in this format, I think. And, you know, like talking about your new website coming out, this is one that would kind of be viewed, I think, nicely. Hey man, we got to do that again. I just lost you. I know. Yeah. So you were saying that all the swirl and the chaos and the whitewash. Yeah. So everything, like, so for me, that was like the focus. It was just like all the whitewash, all the different patterns, and then like this, you know, dark, the blackbird, just kind of like the contrast there. Yeah. And just the chaos. So tried a couple of shots. I think this one I kind of landed on. I have a couple others that I liked. But this one here kind of showed the chaos more. I wish the bird stood out a little bit more. I'm not sure what I would want different, but
I don't know what else. Yeah, I think
again, this is No, like again, this is not like an Instagram kind of
No.
shot that you would post on there. But speaking of that, your site that's coming out soon, this would do way better on that.
Absolutely.
For viewing.
Yeah.
It's definitely viewed on, but it was fun.
Curious, did you think to try really slow shutter speed with all of this stuff for like movement or anything like that?
They just don't stay up long. I mean, like I'm getting like 2 frame, like he doesn't.
Yeah.
They don't stay up on the water long enough. It's just like up, down, gone. Right.
Okay.
So I just don't think. I don't know. I never tried it, but I don't think. And I think like with the movement, they're just constantly
that's
like
it,
this,
right? You'd need to put a ton of frames on it in order to get that one lucky one where everything held still for the bird. So if they're only up for a second, you're not getting the opportunities that you would need.
No.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
But I like the messy chaos of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All the motion and stuff.
I only said that because you can already sense the motion with it. You know what I mean? So it made me think like, slower shutter would like show it even more. Yeah. But that totally makes sense. Like you would need a bird that's just like floating there that you can just hammer away at, throw a ton of frames on, and maybe get lucky with one.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. But dude,
it was fun.
What an outing, man! Like so much diversity and
it was a good little
crazy
outing.
Behavior and light and Jeez, no wonder you were so excited when you were sharing after that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. It was. But it's an outing I've been wanting for a while. It's to have the mix of light, but the snow and stuff was really nice. And hopefully this weekend it might be snow again, so I might be able to get back and get some more. So
I hope so, man. Yeah. Oh, I hope so. That'd be killer.
Oh no, it was good.
Yeah. Killer stuff, man.
Definitely.
All right. So just a couple things to talk about before we get onto this. So as always, thanks for support from a few people. So Gary Harvey, thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. And then also since our last recording, Melodi Roberts sending some support as well for the show. So thank you, Melodi. We really appreciate it. Melodi's a mentorship student of mine as well, which is great. So thanks so much. And for anybody interested in supporting the show, just go to wildlifephotochatvideo.com. You can do it right there, or head to my website. You can find it from there. And I'll drop a link in the YouTube as well for people to just go ahead and check that out. What else? A couple things I want to mention before I get into all of my stuff, because I know it's going to take a while. I'm going to be a part of Out of Chicago Live. So I'm working with Out of Chicago in 2 ways this year. The first thing that's coming up right now, February 6th through 8th, so it's coming up really soon, is their live event. It's just over a weekend. There's like, I think, over 50 instructors. I mean, just all kinds of different genres, just so much learning. And you can pick what you want to attend live, and then you get access to all of the presentations after the fact, so you can, check them out throughout the rest of the year. So yeah, it's not like you have to attend everything. You can still go watch anything you want. I guess you could sign up and not have to attend anything and just watch it all after the fact too, like whatever works for you, right? If you can't make it that weekend. But I'm going to be presenting, doing some stuff about small and frame wildlife photography, and joining some panel discussions and some image feedback things, and doing that stuff live. So it's going to be really fun. So I just wanted to give it a quick plug here and mention that. And then I'll also be working with Out of Chicago to do their Out of Merritt Island Bird Conference in Florida. That's coming up in March. So when that gets a little bit closer, I'll mention that more. But you can also check that out just by going to my my workshops page on my website. And there's the details for that, March 8th through 12th. And you can find out more for both of those things. So that's coming up, and then
we'll just miss each other.
I know. When are you going to be there?
I'll be there 23rd to the 30th.
I was going to say, because I'll be there before.
We'll just miss each other.
I'm going like a week early, just to visit my family. But you're coming in a little bit later. Yeah. So I'll share with you all the good spots then, because you're going to be this is going to be in that area that you are going to be.
Oh, really?
Kind of in. Yeah. We're actually working out of Cocoa Beach. That's where this conference is held. We're going to be doing Orlando wetlands and stuff like that. So,
cool. Nice.
Yeah. Which you got to make sure you get to at least once during your visit this year.
I know, I do. Yeah. I'm going to
screw the family, dude.
Just leave everybody behind,
just leave them.
Yeah. Take the only vehicle. And
take the vehicle in the morning. They're going to be sleeping anyway. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And then I can't remember if I mentioned this new website on our last episode. I feel like maybe I teased it.
You did.
But
I think you teased it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I finally have a launch date. So right now it's January 29th. We're recording. This episode should come out. I think I'm just going to put this episode out tomorrow. And so February 3rd, Tuesday, February 3rd, I am launching Immerse in the Wild. So it's immerseinthewild.photo. You can do .com as well. It's just funny. I like the .photo. So I bought both and I made the .photo the main
different.
URL. It's just like, well, and I think it kind of, it helps tell people just by looking at the URL what it's connected to a little bit more. Because immerseinthewild.com could be a lot of different things. But a .photo kind of
hiking could be,
connects it a little bit more to photography.
Yeah.
And one more time for anybody that missed it, here's the deal. It's a website I'm going to be featuring. I got over 60. It's getting close to 70 photographers now who have submitted photos to this, and it's all about viewing these large on a big screen. So the whole layout is simple. It's photo-centered. Or photocentric, I should say. No distractions and viewing it large. And here's the other part, and this is my favorite part. I love saying it every time. You can't view it on a phone. I just love that. I love saying it. It is awesome. So it is the anti-Instagram is what this is. Not that I'm anti-Instagram as a community, but dude, I got to say, man, more and more again lately, I've just been realizing like I love the community of Instagram wildlife photographers, but the platform is just horrendous for photography.
It's falling apart.
It's just, and you know what it is? And we probably talked about this last time, but I'm just going to say it again. It's not that it's just not ideal for photo viewing. I feel like it's outright sort of hostile now against it, you know? Like you view a photo, they have those new, like you can like reshare a photo, I guess. But then, did you notice it has like these animated floating bubbles of like 3 people that may have done it over top of the photo? That's over just like top, distracting.
It's
like
swipe it to get rid of them.
Yeah, you got to like actively do things to even just see the photo, and then already you're viewing this postage stamp photo. It's just horrible. It's just really, really horrible. The whole point of this website is, no algorithm. You just go there, you scroll the feed of full screen photos, click on any photo that you're interested in. If you want to see more about it, you'll see a title, caption, who the photographer was, camera settings, and you can click on links to see and follow more of their photography, right? So definitely it's all about promoting these photographers who are contributing to this. But more importantly, it's like getting a chance to look at this. And Brad, you've had a little bit of behind the scenes access because it's not public right now.
Peek.
Yeah, you got the sneak peek, and I mean, it's a blast, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. Like I said to you, it's something where I feel like I would sit down with a coffee and kind of go through and just really sit down and appreciate all those fine details within an image that I don't get a chance to look at or appreciate, like stuff that you just look past. Like I remember I spoke to you about one of the images. I was like, just the way the light was hitting within the forest and stuff, you just notice different things, and it's just so great to have images appreciated in that way. Whereas, like I said, in most cases, they're just a scroll by and barely even looked at because of the format that we share them in. So I think with this, it's going to be great, man. I hope it's it brings everyone together. I hope it's just something that a lot of people enjoy visiting throughout their days, or take time to look at. So yeah, I think it's great that you did this.
Yeah, and I know there's such a desire for it, right? Because not a single photographer I reached out to said, "No, I'm not interested." Everybody that responded, I know some people I've messaged I don't have a close connection with, like just kind of more, I just follow them kind of photographers, and some big name photographers, and they're probably just busy, or their inbox is just inundated, or I went into the spam or whatever, right? But everybody that responded was just like, I love this idea, and they were just no hesitation, ready to submit, just no questions asked. So after doing that with almost 70 different photographers, I realized that, there's such a desire for something like this. And a few people I've had more conversations with, and I think you and I even talked about it. It's like, there are other sites that allow a big photo viewing experience, right? Flickr is one, 500px is another. But again, and it makes sense, they all have mobile apps or mobile access. You can view it on a phone. And I feel like as soon as you allow access on a phone, that's where the vast majority of people are going to do it, for the convenience.
Yep.
Right?
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
And so I'm not trying to make this convenient. I'm trying to make this the better viewing experience, you know? And so I know that a lot of people are probably going to be bummed, like, oh, I'd love to see it on the phone. But again, it's like, but that's against the point of it. If you could view it on the phone, then just go to Instagram or somewhere else and view these photos, because there you go. There it is, crappy on the phone, you know, like, and you can't see anything. So this is like, slow down, take a minute, just like you said, Brad, and go enjoy these photos. And dude, I don't even care if nobody goes and views this. I want to keep doing it just so I can see these photos. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Like, because I get to, I'm curating it, right? So I get to go, hey, so-and-so, would you contribute? And they're like, yep, I would do it. And so I've already picked a photo that I love just based on seeing the thumbnail, right, on Instagram. And then I get this high-res version that I get to view on my 27-inch screen. And it's just like, it takes on another level of appreciation. It does. For sure, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely pumped for it.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic, man.
Yeah. All right. So February 3rd, everybody, that's coming up. All right. So I got a lot. I'll try and get through it quick here.
Let's go.
So yeah, Emily and I met up with, I'll just jump over here. Yeah, we met up with her friend, and she met her in Costa Rica, Noreen, and Noreen is a city person, right? And so Emily's become somewhat close to her over the past couple months. They talk a lot. And we were in the area. Noreen lives in California, and we were like, we've been in Death Valley. And so we said, we're going to go to this place. You interested? And she was like, yep, I want to try it out. And so we gave her like an experience, you know, of like, let's go out in nature. And she is, dude, it was so fun to watch, because she was just kind of like, everything was just like mind blowing, you know, like she had never,
like a kid.
Never really experienced it. I mean, look at this. There's bighorn sheep, like literally in the background right there. Like,
I know. I just, I was just noticing. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
And so, this was like the first hike we did. And I didn't have any wildlife really on the radar. We had just come off of that previous Death Valley trip where it was just kind of keeping things more casual and everything. And it was kind of the same here. Like, let's just go here because it looks stunning, you know? And dude, Brad, it's a kind of thing like, I don't know if you can see out the back here, the desert, it's just gray, very dull colors, you know, not a lot of vibrancy to it. It's like that the whole way. And then you drive around one bend and into the entrance of this park, dude. And then it's like it's on fire in the middle, like this, this incredible orangey red rock just coming out of all this dull gray brown everywhere. And it really is just like in one little valley there, dude. It's mind blowing. It looks incredible.
That's wild.
You would have a field day.
This shot almost has this tilt shift effect for me. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know if it's because you laid really, really low down, but it's like at a quick glance, it feels tilt shifty, kind of like.
Any guess? All right. I didn't show it. Cool. What would you think the focal length was on this?
I think you told me though.
I did. Okay. All right.
Okay. 35, wasn't it?
I think that's part of it because I shot it at f1 too. This is our 35-1.2.
Yeah, so you're getting a super
shallow depth of field, even at that wider focal length. Yeah. And again, I had taken this out because I was just going to take some portraits of Emily and her friend, right?
Yeah, I still would never think it was 35.
We're walking out on this one hike, and it goes to this. This is what the view is at the end, like just this insane rock formation, right? And as we're walking out, I just see the bighorns walking along. I was just like,
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And so that was my first introduction to, there's bighorn sheep here. And I had known that they were like reported in the area, but I figured it was like, they're going to be out where, like somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So also, which was really cool on this hike, there's petroglyphs, like these old like drawings on the side of the red rock and everything.
Cool.
Like, look, there's like the bighorn sheep and everything.
That's wild.
Isn't that trippy, dude?
No way. That is so trippy.
Yeah. And what's really cool, I did see
wild. That's so
when you're walking into this trail, they have a sign on the national park, like trailhead.
Okay.
And it's got a photo. Somebody did manage, it was horrible light, but somebody did manage to get a photo of an actual bighorn standing above a petroglyph of the bighorn.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I was like, that would
cool.
that would be really cool to do. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So then, the first thing I noticed was right outside our campsite. So we camped right in the park because that was like the easy way to stay like in all this cool stuff. And I started seeing rock wrens around there. So I started working with them, just stepping outside, because this was literally just a step out of the van in the campsite.
Oh, really?
These rock formations were like that, like just all this crazy shapes.
I love that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I really love that shot.
Yeah.
It looks like a footprint.
It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a footprint.
So I would just follow them around. They were just feeding and just hitting all this little stuff. Like they just didn't really care. They were just doing their thing. And you could just follow them around and just have at it,
So cool.
So that was fun. And then I would see occasional ravens flying by. So I'd try and shoot them with like some of the red rock and just get that kind of stuff. And this is all mostly before I even knew about the sheep, There were these squirrel. I think, what the hell were these things called? White-tailed antelope squirrel. There you go. So they were in the campground there. So I got a couple of shots of them throughout the time there. Yeah, super cute little things. And then one morning, like we had been just like taking it easy, dude, sleeping in. We were just going to do some hiking and some like whatever photography. And Emily ended up chatting to somebody. I don't know if she had a camera or just whatever. She was like walking by somebody in the campground chatting. And the woman told her like, hey, there's bighorn sheep like walking around the campsite this morning. And so she came back. She was like, somebody told me there was bighorn sheep like in the campground. I was like, really? So I go outside, dude. This was right by like the bathroom building.
Right.
There's 4 rams. This is like one of the smallest. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not going to show all the photos, right? But like this was one of the younger ones.
No.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah.
And then here was like one of the beasts. Like this guy was old. Yeah. Like look at the horns. They're like worn and chipped on the end, and like he's just gnarled.
Man,
and
they're big, hey?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Big boys. And the funniest thing, dude, every single sheep, it didn't matter whether it was the rams or the ewes, right? Because they're eating in there, they get this little spot of the red dirt right on their snout. It was like, it made them look really funny. Because the dirt under them, like everywhere,
it's like
is
they're
just
marking.
Red. Yeah, totally, right?
Oh, that's fun.
And so it was really interesting,
Beautiful
Brad.
Image.
I ended up, because most of the time I was working right by the campground there, I ended up figuring out like a 2-camera setup. I had the Z6 III with the 28-400 on it because these guys were super friendly. They didn't give a crap about people, right? And then I was taking the 400-8 on the Z9 for the close-up portraits, so I could really get the beautiful portrait as well with that super shallow depth of field, and then also do some other stuff. But like, here's a video. I think this is one that Noreen took on one morning. Like you can see, look at the size of these things, right? And then watch, you'll see where I am. Look, we're like right there. They're just walking through the campground, dude. Yeah. Like that's our van in the back right there.
Oh, that's too funny.
Isn't that nuts?
Wow.
Yeah. Having 4 massive rams in right there like that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Cool.
It's like we just get so lucky,
love
dude.
That shot.
Yeah.
That shot. There's something about it for me. That pose. Obviously, he's doing, like I said, a yoga.
Or he was full jumping vertically down. Yeah.
Yeah. But it just got this cool feel to it.
Yeah. And
it's really
it's just the habitat's stunning everywhere. Like here's one, 31 millimeter. This guy was like this girl, I guess, is super friendly.
Too funny.
Yeah. I was just like hanging off of a rock, and it was just like looking up. It would eat and then look up at me and just whatever,
No way.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
That's cool too.
Yeah, and so this was not at the campsite. This was like out on one of the hikes. But then these were the rocks like right near the campsite. So within a less than a 5-minute walk from the actual campsite, just down the road. And then these 4 guys were there. So they were there when we left one day, like midday. I shot them in the morning. They were there midday when we left.
Okay.
I shot them again like then. Then we left, went on a hike, came back. They were still there. These 4 rams hanging out together. Yeah, man. And I proceeded to start climbing up. So here's another video. This was when we were leaving, right? So this is another one I think Emily's friend shot from in the van as we were driving. And so like this is what I'm getting at, right? Like you'll see, there they are. They're just right there up on the ledges, while we're like sitting right there in the van.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
No way.
Yeah, man.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Man, the rocks are amazing.
Aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting.
Here's my pixel in frame. Shots.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But just to show some scale, right?
Works.
So I think it does, man. It works on a big screen.
Like, there's no way, even on a small screen, like there's no way that your eye doesn't go there. Like it stands out enough that
I know.
You're not mistaking it for a rock. Like, I guess if you're looking at it knowing there's some wildlife somewhere, your eye will automatically go there. So it definitely works.
No, I would agree.
That's wild. That's cool.
And so this is a great shot to show, right? This is like kind of the valley floor here. And so off to the left, I had found a way to scramble up, and I got all the way up to here because at one point, this was earlier in the day, when we came back later in the day, like right towards sunset, 2 of the rams had made their way up to like hang out right here. They were just like resting right here. So I wanted to get up and see if I could get a vantage point and like see out and show. So you'll see a shot in a little bit from there, but this was earlier when I was just shooting from the ground, And then this one I thought was really cool because it shows like kind of the entire rock that thing is on. But dude, it's amazing to watch. Like, have you ever seen any of the sheep species in person, Brad? I didn't think so.
No.
Dude, watching them on these rocks like that high, they're just like, yeah, whatever. Just like, and it's
just
like,
easy.
So sloped and crazy. Yeah. It's nuts.
And
this guy did a stretch
too. Like,
they are.
That's cool.
His pose was like so powerful though, right? That stretch.
Yeah.
Like all leaned in and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and
like
so
one of those Lion King moments, right?
Exactly.
Right
the 28 to 400, ultimate lens for this stuff.
Perfect.
Ultimate lens for this stuff.
Definitely.
You don't need shallow depth of field.
Mm-hmm.
You're showing off all the shapes and everything. Like, and you could do anything from like 400 millimeter here. I mean, this was the 2.8, right? But 400 millimeter like this to anything.
But still, you could have done it.
Exactly. Yep. So this is when I climbed up, dude. These were the 2. Look at these things. Like, just beasts, man. Just massive. Yeah. And they're just chilling right there. Like, they were watching.
With that.
No, dude, it would kill you. Instant. Yeah, right?
But you know what I just noticed? It's wild. Actually, just go back to that shot.
I know what you're going to say.
Do you notice that the rocks behind mimic the horns?
Look at that. Right?
That's wild. I just noticed like that exact same texture.
Exactly. Like right there specifically.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like look at the horn and then that. It's the exact same.
I know.
That is so cool.
These rock formations are just, it was so much fun, dude. It was like being a kid in a playground, man. Just visually
I bet.
So fun ever. And also so fun that you could actually like, it was great. It was like sandstone with great texture. You could like scale it. And so, yeah, this is the shot, right? Look, that's exactly where I just shot them here. There's 400 mil, there's 28 mil. Like that lens is incredible. Incredible, dude. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
And then like, seeing stuff like this. I didn't even notice this when I was shooting. Look, there's like a tunnel through. I didn't even notice it when I was shooting because I was just like paying attention to them,
Yeah.
I didn't see it till later. And so, just having so much fun with these rock formations and just the color, the texture, the depth. And then like the light hit at the end of that one night, way off in the distance. So it starts showing really good.
Oh, that's cool. That little ray of light.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the road.
That's pretty.
Right there.
I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that shot though. I love all the layering and then that light in the background. Yeah, real nice.
Yeah, thanks, man. Started playing like just fun angles. Everybody really liked this one. This one got a lot of attention when I shared it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just looking down.
Peering
and so
down on you. Yep.
Here's some behind the scenes. This was just like some walking, so you can see, you can just scramble up like anywhere. Like if I wanted to, I probably could have found my way to the top of that, And it's hard to see the scale of this stuff. it's big, you know?
Yeah, I
It
bet.
really
Well,
is.
yeah, you see it
Yeah.
with the van in it.
This was my view from the top of one of these scrambles. Like, again, just showing off these rock formations, dude. And there's like rock wrens out here calling and stuff in this habitat. It's just
so cool.
so stunning, man.
Otherworldly. Yeah.
One of the last mornings, the 4 rams end up moving to this one other area within the campground. And then there was another small herd of females not too far off. And then the 2 and 3 younger rams start playing around, like doing this. And I looked it up. It's like well past the rut. So I guess this is just kind of like toying around stuff.
Yeah.
And it was funny to watch the 3 of them do it. And then I think, I included this video here. It was really cool, man, to see them like full on up and then like hitting it. Yep.
Yeah.
Just going for it. Yeah. So that was really neat.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I was super glad I had a video going for that.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And then
really good stuff, man.
This is funny. Take a look. Right there.
Oh,
that's
wow.
me. I scrambled up on the top of that looking for stuff because the last morning I couldn't find the sheep anywhere. So I scrambled, or last evening, I'm sorry. I scrambled up there just trying to get a vantage point and look around. And so I get up there and Emily shot this. I called her up and I was like, yo, come outside. And she was like, you're an idiot. She was like, what are you doing way up there? She was like, you're crazy. So she shot this video on her phone from up there. And this will kind of give you a little bit of sense of the scale of where I went up there.
Wow.
But this is part of the fun. Like you can just do that and it feels relatively safe, you know, as long as you're comfortable doing it. I had scrambled up there.
Wow.
But while being up there, I end up finding and noticing the sheep all the way on this other ridge. So
okay.
I see them out there, took this photo from there. And here, this will show you some context again of how far away they were. So I picked
just like
right
scrambling down like nothing,
like
playing,
nothing,
jumping.
And so
it's so cool.
If you were to look at this right here, let me pause that here. Hang on, let me see if I can get a pause on it. You can see how far away they were, right? But if you were to see that from here, doesn't it look like you could probably just like wander your way like right up there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Looks like no problem. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, incorrect, right? So that's what I thought. So I went over there. I ended up going through this is near vertical right here by the time you get there.
Oh,
this
really?
little wash, I was able to follow up. And then I got to here, and then that was it, dude. Like, this is all just like...
Just vertical.
Vertical. No way. Like, you just...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not happening. So I found a way up this side a little bit, and I got myself up to this vantage point. So here's these rocks from the other side. So you can kind of see, look at that. It's like, you are not scrambling up that. It's smooth.
No.
There's not steps, like, not happening. So I got up to this side, and again, scale is off here. This is a lot higher than me on the other side there, but I knew that's where they were because I'd seen them from that other side. I had run all the way down and come up over here. And so I'm like, I can't get up where I want. I'm like, but whatever. It's a cool spot up here. I'm just going to sit here and watch the sunset. And then 5 minutes, dude, I'm sitting there, and guess who peeks over the other edge? This guy.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
I'm like, oh, cool. And I think my guess is they probably were curious because they heard, like, I'm like scrambling to get where I did. I'm like kicking rocks down, stuff's falling. And it's like,
oh, they're hearing stuff. Yeah.
For sure. And most of it, I would say, is like really safe. You know, in fact, it all felt safe enough to me, but it was the kind of thing where it was like, you just have to pick where to stay and stay safe. If you went too far to the edge and you fell, like, it's not like you're going to get hurt. It's probably you're dead. You know, like it's that kind of like rock scrambling stuff. It's like no mess, just like the cliffs in where we shoot by you, right? Yep. So, I kind of want to not just, I don't want to show that photo totally yet. So I'm in this vantage point here, and I see the sheep show up over there, and I notice to myself, I'm like, man, if he goes up on the top of that, I can get this view out to the left. That's going to look incredible. The sun's like maybe a half hour before sunset. It's getting dramatic. The clouds were interesting. Yeah. There's still a little glow on there, you can see. And there's a campground off to the left. And so I had found a spot where if I moved, I could use the rocks to hide everything. Super clean composition, found like exactly what I wanted, right? Again, with the 28 to 400. so happy to have that up there
Perfect.
to be able to just play with any focal length you want. And so I find this composition and I think to myself, man, if this sheep goes up to the top there, this is going to be incredible. And dude, again, less than 10 minutes. I see him show up on this ridge right here. Then he disappears around the back of it. And then I'm ready. I got it all composed out. And then, dude, he popped out right there, 43 millimeter. And I was just like, yes. Like, couldn't believe it, man.
What's the chances, right?
Couldn't believe it. Yeah. Like, and faced the correct
just
way.
Wild how that. Yeah. Like, it's just wild sometimes, like moments like that you're just, I don't know. It's like you were meant to be there, the right moment, the right decisions, like everything to come together. Like, it's just wild how stuff like that happens.
I was up on another ridge, saw them scrambled all the way down,
like,
thought I was going to get up there with them, couldn't get up there, found another way, and then was just like, this isn't going to work. I'll just chill here. And then this happens.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, you're right,
so
man.
Cool.
And I think so much of it, though, really boils down to experience and just intuition.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's what it really is, right? Like, yes, there is luck, but I think more than anything, like one photographer getting an opportunity like this versus another not getting an opportunity is just the years and years of photographers like you and I and other people listening being out in the field. And you start to get an intuition of, and I said to myself, like, oh, if he comes up there, but like I had already watched these things enough to know that like they love to top out and go on like the highest thing and get a vantage point, right? And then I already knew the composition, so I had enough foresight to like move myself, because here's the V, right? Here, this little V is hiding the entire campground back there, right? So if I moved forward and up or stood up, you could see it in there. You could see the roads and other campers and stuff, and like it ruins it, right? It takes you out of the context of this. But all I had to do was like back down a slope a little bit, lower my perspective, and find this. And then what is, it's not as noticeable here, but you could see more in the in real life, is like this little patch back here was another whole separate set of like red rock on its own in between the gray brown. And it was just getting nailed with the sun, dude. It was just glowing back there. And like I enhanced it to make it pop a little bit in the final here. But like to your eye, it stood out even more. And you could just see like the layering of all this and the way the sun was glowing on this. And then for that sucker to come up there, I was just like, dude, I almost was like jumping up and down, man. I'm so happy.
I bet. And the clouds too worked out so well. Like just the layering of everything, nothing's too distracting. It's just really worked out.
And more so than the earlier really small frame shot, your eye just goes immediately to this thing. Like you can't miss this one.
Yeah. I agree.
And so then
really good,
then he's still playing around the rocks, you know. I mean, look at that slope.
Cool. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Right?
You know, look at that.
No care. Look, just hold.
Here's an interesting thing. You ready? I thought the same thing, Brad. I thought they had no care, right? Everything I had watched with them of any sheep species I had ever seen, they just do this like there's just zero fear. I watched him come down somewhere in this vicinity later, and I have a video of it, not here, because I don't have it prepared yet, but he comes down the slope, and then all of a sudden he pauses, and you could see the hesitation like in its face, right? And its behavior. And you could see it wanted to go forward, and it like starts like kind of like resetting its feet and trying a different angle. And then you could see the body language. I have it all in, but he like goes and then pauses and goes and pauses, and he's like unsure. I didn't know they did that.
Oh, really? Wow.
I thought it was all just like, no, this is where we do it, right? And then he finally got up like the courage and then and it was a way bigger jump than I thought. From my perspective, it looked like he just had to go a little bit, but he took a big jump down, because I watched him leave, and then there was like a pause, and then I heard him hit, you know? And then he did it just fine. Wow. But it was really interesting to watch, like, oh, they do have like a little bit of caution sometimes. Yeah, it really was. Wow. So that was kind of fun to see. But yeah, dude, it was just stunning habitat all over the place. Yeah, this was all that same evening. Yeah, just peeking out. Last morning, I walk around the campsite, don't see anything. I knew where they were from that previous night, thinking they were still going to be there. So I was just hanging out, kind of keeping an eye out. And then all of a sudden, I see them all the way up on the top, still up there. And then I watched this ram, just make his way down. And he went right into this little valley where I knew I could get. So I walk back there with him, and same thing, 28 to 400. He comes down to there, and then he sees me, and he's like a little cautious. I made sure to keep my space and not like deter him, because I didn't want to like stop him from where he was going or anything like that. But I was able to like walk right up to him, and he was just like looking down at me. It was so funny. And so I just had like so much fun with the perspective. Ended up getting on the other side of him, getting this shot.
That's really nice too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Then he like jumped down in the valley there, and then he went up onto these rocks, and those rocks are what back up to our campsite. And so I follow him. I go loop around, and here we go. Look at that.
That's too funny.
I was like, "Hey, come on out."
Good. Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
I hope you send that to
this company. Yeah, for sure.
Company.
Yep. Yeah, we will. Yeah. But
so
this was the campsite, dude. This is where I shot all those rock runs right here. I was able to scramble up into this myself. Back there is like the next ridge back that it starts going higher, which is where the rest of them were. So then he comes across, goes through this, like all through these openings. Came out, getting some shots there. And then, and then we left after that. So,
that's wild.
And then we ended up.
So cool. What a fun place.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So we left that morning, came back to Death Valley, met up with another friend of Emily's who has a van. She came out here and joined us for a couple days. So we got to show her some stuff. Yeah, which is cool. And then, that brings us to current. But, man, that just.
Oh, so much fun.
It was. Especially because it was completely unplanned. We just picked it because I was like, I was looking for a place to go after we left Death Valley. I hopped on Google and I was like, what's like some beautiful places in Nevada, because we were thinking of maybe heading that way because I wanted to go there to do some mountain bike riding. And then, sure, dude, it's like 40 minutes outside of Vegas is where this is.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's where you find like all this stuff. And so, this was my first time photographing desert bighorns. So now I've got, I did Doll sheep in Alaska, desert bighorns. I've done Rocky Mountain bighorns. So the only major species left, I think, is there's like a specific subgroup in like somewhere in California in some of the mountains there. I forget what the name of it is. So there's like one more kind of subgroup of bighorn species that I'd have to check off, but I got like all the majors now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
because they're so fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
But you're right though, man. That 28 to 400 lens, that is such a perfect lens for a location like that.
It's crazy. Like sometimes.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Like that's the thing. Like, look at all those shots. Like, if you just had a 500 and you were getting tight portraits of the rain, like. Okay, great. They look nice, but
sure,
not
you get
show off these formations. And you get tons of that, but to not show off like what's around there,
I know,
be a shame. That's really cool, man.
And you can, right? This is 560 millimeter, right? So you can still do some smaller frame, but it's not the same. It's like different. And I do like this look, right? The telephoto small in frame, I think, has a look to it, but you're never getting like that. That's never happening with a telephoto. It you just can't, So you're right. And it's like
so cool.
With shots like this, even if I had the 35 1.2, well, you're not shooting it at 1.2. What do you need? It's not going to show shallow depth of field at this scale anyway. No. And what do you need it for anyway? You want to show off like all those cool things. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But dude, it's another one of these things. Man. I'm so grateful for my life and the way we get to live and like stumble into stuff like this where it's just not planned at all. It's just really lucky, man.
Right. Oh, definitely.
And then
but it just goes to show, like, if you put yourself in beautiful locations, and then if you just so happen to be fortunate enough that there's wildlife in it, you just capitalize on it then
so easily.
So not only are you getting to see something beautiful, now you can photograph some species in it too. So that's cool. And I realize also what happens for me is like, I really don't put the legwork in for researching much, and trying to get myself on stuff.
But once it's there, that's when I'm putting work. Because like, dude, the stuff I was climbing and like scaling over was like most people would not be doing. You know what I mean?
No.
And so when I can see the potential when I'm in those areas and the wildlife is there and then cooperative like they are here, right? Because like that's another thing.
Yeah.
You know, I could have experienced these somewhere else and they could have been like super skittish, you know? Apparently, I talked to somebody here last night, somebody else camping, and they said there was like bighorns like up here. And I climbed up the top of one of these mountains yesterday and same thing. I saw droppings along the way. So I know they're around. But my guess is they're probably a little bit more skittish out here, you know?
Skittish, probably, yeah.
Because they're not used to like a campground filled with people just being there all the time, you know?
Definitely.
So anyway,
really cool.
It was a killer trip, that's for sure. And we both had a hell of a week, didn't we?
Yeah, man, it was fun. Yeah, it's been a good week for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I hope you get the snow again, man. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a couple more storms coming through. So and my goal too is like, okay, if I've got my 500 mil shots, I'm going with the donut bokeh lens and the 1-4 and like try, or maybe even I just might bring like 24-70, try some wider stuff and just kind of mix it up, right?
Yeah.
Because to me, I got my like really nice light and I got my, snow, but I like to play around a little bit more. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, hey man. I updated the Z9 to the latest firmware. They just put out another bump update. I forget what the number was off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up. But
531 or
531. That was it. Yep. No, I think you're right. 531. 5.3 was like the big last update they did with a bunch of changes, and then they just did a 5.3.1.
Yeah.
I was out shooting this morning. I was with some black-throated sparrows, so just like a standard sparrow-looking species. Bird and animal were like on par. If anything,
I
would actually give a slight advantage to the bird this morning. So
really?
I don't know. That was just one.
Somebody's listening.
It was far away. It was not like an ideal test, and it was just very short. So I didn't get a lot of really good testing on it, but that was promising.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So
good. That'd
definitely
be nice.
Yeah, I'll be curious to hear your thoughts on it because I think you just updated it as well, right?
I did, and funny enough, like right after you and I were talking, I had said I had updated it. I went out to kind of go shovel some snow around, and sharp-shinned hawk flew into our yard because we have like a couple feeders set up. We usually try to help the birds a bit in the wintertime. So I grabbed my camera, went out, and he just flushed as I like kind of went around, but when I went to focus in, it like seemed snappy, grabbed onto him super quick for a second. I was like, I don't know. I was like, it's one of these things, dude. It's like, is it all just in your head? I don't know. But anyways, it'll be interesting to see over the weekend.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So, I mean,
right?
Every advantage is better. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah.
Nice, man. All right. Well, it was good to have the show back again. Stuff. Nice to catch up with you.
Yeah,
see all
definitely.
this stuff.
Nice.
Thanks everybody. See y'all next week.
Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone.